The year was 1997, the place coast to coast AM. Across the airwaves, a chilling tale unfolded. A man named Mel Waters called into the show, hosted by the legendary Art Bell. Waters claimed to possess a deep dark secret on his property near Ellensburg, Washington. He called it Mel's Hole. It wasn't just any hole. According to Waters, it was bottomless. The story captivated listeners. Waters' descriptions were vivid and unsettling. He spoke of strange occurrences surrounding the hole. Animals behaved oddly near it. Objects vanished into its depths, never to be seen again. The calls continued, each one drawing listeners deeper into the mystery. Was this the real deal? Could there be a place so enigmatic, so scientifically impossible, hidden in the vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest? Skepticism ran high, of course, but something about Waters' earnest tone, his detailed accounts, struck a chord with listeners. Mel's Hole wasn't just a geographical anomaly, it was a gateway to the unknown. Call after call, Mel Waters spun a web of intrigue around Mel's Hole. He claimed to have lowered 80,000 feet of fishing line into its depths, never hitting bottom. He described a foul odor emanating from the abyss. The air, he said, crackled with strange energy. One story in particular sent chills down the spines of listeners. Waters recounted how a neighbor had disposed of a deceased dog in the hole. Days later, the dog reappeared, alive and well, on the neighbor's porch. The implications were staggering. Was Mel's Hole a portal to another dimension, a conduit for lost souls? Waters' tales grew more elaborate with each telling. He claimed the government had taken an interest in the hole. Men in black cars, he said, had visited his property. His phone, he insisted, was tapped. The line between fact and fiction blurred. Was Waters a master storyteller weaving a captivating hoax, or was he a reluctant witness to something truly extraordinary? The scientific community met Mel Waters' claims with a resounding thud of skepticism. Geologists scoffed at the notion of a bottomless pit. The Earth's core, they pointed out, lay thousands of miles beneath the surface. A hole extending even a fraction of that distance would collapse under its own immense pressure. Jack Powell, a geologist at the University of Washington, dismissed Mel's Hole as a physical impossibility. "There's no way a hole that deep could exist," he stated flatly. "The intense heat and pressure at such depths would melt any known material." The idea of a dog being resurrected after a plunge into the alleged abyss further strained credulity. Decomposition, scientists pointed out, was an irreversible biological process. Even if a hole of such depth were possible, the intense heat and pressure would incinerate any living creature unfortunate enough to fall into it. Section 4. The Search for Nothing Expeditions into the Unknown. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, the legend of Mel's Hole refused to die. Intrigued by the story, a man named Gerald Osborne, known as Red Elk, claimed to have visited the hole since the 1960s. He linked it to government conspiracies and extraterrestrial activity, further fueling the mystery. In 2002, Red Elk led a 30-person expedition to locate Mel's Hole. Armed with maps and dowsing rods, they scoured the area around Ellensburg. News reporters followed, eager to document the discovery of the century. But the search, like all others before it, proved fruitless. Even attempts to track down Mel Waters himself led to dead ends. Public records revealed no one by that name owning property in Kittitas County, where the hole was said to be located. Had Waters given a false name? Did he ever exist at all? The mystery deepened. Section 5. A Cultural Phenomenon. Mel's Hole in Art and Entertainment. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, Mel's Hole took on a life of its own. The story resonated with people's fascination with the unknown, sparking countless discussions and debates. It became a modern-day campfire tale, passed around forums and whispered around campfires. The legend seeped into popular culture. In 2008, an art exhibition titled was held at the Grand Central Art Center in Santa Ana, California. Artists explored the themes of mystery, belief, and the power of storytelling through their works. The story also inspired the 2009 fantasy film, which featured a bottomless pit with supernatural properties. While not directly based on Mel's Hole, the film's themes of fear, curiosity, and the allure of the unknown echoed the legend's enduring appeal. Section 6. An Enduring Enigma. The mystery remains. To this day, the mystery of Mel's Hole remains unsolved. Was it an elaborate hoax, a case of mass hysteria, or could there be a grain of truth to Waters' outlandish claims? the lack of evidence hasn't stopped people from speculating. The legend continues to be discussed in paranormal circles. Websites and forums dedicated to the unexplained keep the story alive, dissecting every detail of Waters' calls, analyzing satellite images and proposing new expeditions. Mel's Hole, it seems, has become more than just a story. It's a testament to the power of the human imagination, our enduring fascination with the unexplained, and the enduring appeal of a good mystery. Whether fact or fiction, Mel's Hole continues to capture the imagination, reminding us that some secrets run deeper than we may ever know.